Welcome to Know You're Wrong. I'm Josh Wiederhorn, your host, along with Zach and Cooper. Today's episode is going to be about the best Celtic of all time. Is it Larry Bird or Bill Russell? I'll let Cooper go first.
Well, I think it's hands down gotta be Larry Bird. He could, in terms of out of these two, he could shoot like no other. His three-pointing prowess was like no other. He was just a complete raw scorer with such talent and such finesse that I don't think Bill Russell has. It was a completely different league in the '60s when Bill Russell played. So I think it was a much tougher league in the '80s when Larry Bird played. So I think I gotta give the best Celtic to Larry Bird.
What about you, Zach?
Cooper, I'm gonna have to say no. I think you're wrong. I think Bill Russell is the best ever Celtic player because first of all, he won 11 championships. He would get 50 rebounds a night like it's nothing, and he was one of the first African American basketball players in the NBA. So he broke the how do I put it? He started a movement like the same way Jackie Robinson did, and I think he deserves more respect than Larry Bird. Because he was also the first African American coach in the NBA. So yeah, that's what I got. Any other things you gotta say, Cooper?
Well, I think that's great that he was the first. What would we say? First
African American coach.
And
in the NBA.
And as a player, was he the first African American?
One of the first. One of the first.
Like I think that's great, but I don't really see how that has any relevance to how talented he was as a player.
That's not the question. The question is who's the best.
Yeah.
When was talent mentioned?
As I said before, I think there are two very different leagues, the '60s and the '80s, and
yeah, more racism in the '60s.
And
Bill Russell broke that. What did Larry Bird do? Came from Indiana. I'm sorry, continue.
Okay, next topic. Who is the worst Celtic of all time?
The worst Celtic of all time? That is a great question. I think the worst Celtic of all time has to be Leon Poe.
And anything else?
He had one good game that I can remember in the 2008 playoffs, but besides that, I don't think he did anything else. Now, you don't really follow the worst players on the team. I can't tell you what his stats were because I have no idea what they were, but all I can tell you is that he probably sucked.
What about you, Cooper?
I'm gonna have to say one part of Rajon Rondo's game, his shooting.
No, you're wrong.
His shooting, Rajon Rondo's shooting was just horrendous. His three-throw percentage is just absolutely terrible. Cannot shoot a three-throw to save his life. Even though he was a great passer, his shooting was just far below where it should have been.
A bold statement by Cooper. Stirring the pot. What is your response?
My response is no, you're wrong, because the question was, first of all, a player, not stats. I mentioned a player. You mentioned a shooting percentage. So I'll give you a second chance. Can you name another player?
Well, Zach, I think you got me right there. I can't really name a player off the top of my head right now. So I guess you win, Zach.
Champ is here, folks. Champ is here.
That's all the time today we have for Know You're Wrong. I'm Josh Wiederhorn along with Zach and Cooper. Have a good night.